26W4. We're up against StaRa. I think that these guys are like a Platinum 1 Alliance typically. Maybe Masters, I don't really know. But alright, so this is a long one. And I'm going to actually be taking a boss, this Apocalypse boss. Now I do have a rank 3 Guillotine 2099, but I do not have confidence in myself to get through that fight with Guillotine 2099. So we're just going to build a Morningstar team here because to me she's the safest option. And Lizer does typically take Apocalypse bosses. She couldn't this war because we needed her to bring a different team, and unfortunately her main attacker, Omega Red, kind of requires 2 spots. So we've only generally got 1 spot for her to bring another attacker. And then Bryn, who also has a rank 3 Morningstar, he's been having phone issues and stuff like that. So kind of fell on me. I think Legacy actually has a rank 3 Guillotine 2099, but we needed a different team for him. You know how this stuff goes. But alright, so I've got Morningstar, I've got Mephisto synergy to give me a bar of power at the start of every single Morningstar fight. And that does interact with Power Start 1 boost as well. So here I'm actually backing out and I'm thinking, should I just use a Power Start 1 boost? And I'm going to end up using a Power Start 1 boost, which with the Mephisto synergy is going to give me 2 bars of power at the start. 1 from the boost, 1 from the synergy. And you guys will notice that I don't have OG Guillotine on my team here. So I'm going to be starting this fight with just 1 soul from being awakened. OG Guillotine gives you plus 1 soul. And anyway, alright. So I know that this fight is going to be pretty brutal. I've underestimated how brutal it was. This is a 565 Darkhawk. And on Ebb and Flow Knockdown, this is an easy fight for Quake, Magneto, Medusa. I mean, you can go down the list. Morningstar is not like a top 25 matchup here. She's probably not a top 50 matchup here. But I need to get 5 souls for the Apocalypse boss. So this was the path of least resistance to accomplish that goal. And I'm going to mess up a couple times in this fight just getting impatient. I did get my 2nd soul, as you guys can see. And there I got auto-blocked and parried because I got impatient. And really the only way for me to do damage in this fight is to heavy hit. I'm going to throw my SP3 here just to give myself some space because I was getting back into the corner. But check out the timer, guys. This is a 565 defender. And it's taken 3 minutes to this point. He's still at 40% of his health. Morningstar really is not... She's not great with 1 or even 2 souls. I think she starts to get really good at 4 souls, and then at 5 souls she's crazy. But building her up, I mean, that's balance. If you want to get that crazy payoff, then you've got to endure some pretty brutal fights, especially on this war map. It's really difficult to get it built up. All right, so thank God we got through that. I was gonna hit my first 2 fights, but because because I have a lot of fights this war, I'm taking the boss, and I am gonna use a lot of items to heal her up here. I decided to wait a couple hours so that I could let my boost fall off, or at least the ones that boost my health. I also changed my masteries and gave myself 3 out of 3 glass cannon, just to lower my health pool as much as possible to allow me to heal up more cheaply. And then I rebuilt my masteries and stuff like that. So I am in here. You guys can see the boost that I've got. I've got a 15% health boost, one of the 6-hour boosts. I'm going to use a 30 or a 15-minute boost here. I'm not even going to fight with it. I'm literally wasting this boost just to reset the clock on my health because I cannot afford to heal up while boosted. So this is about 2.5 hours later. I do have a path buddy here. It's Meta. He's going to be helping me out with energy, and he's also going to be hitting a couple fights along the way up to my Section 2 path. Alright, so you guys can see at this point I've got a little under 3 hours left on my attack boost, which I need to keep. And for these first few fights, because Morningstar is pretty weak, you know, below 4 souls, I am using another 30% champ boost. And then of course we want to throw on the health boost because I'm going to be hitting quite a bit of fights here at once, and like, I do not want to die. So I'm pretty worried about the Apocalypse boss. I was super worried about the Darkhawk fight. This fight I'm less worried about. I know that when I crit, he's going to regen, and he's got a pretty large health pool. So this is going to be a long fight, but yeah, it's a moderately long fight. It's also a rank 3. But all of my energy damage that I get from using my special, like my SP1, that won't trigger his regen. So first order of business here is I need to get up to a special 3. I need to get that 3rd soul. That's the only thing. That's the second most important thing in this fight, other than winning the fight. But I do need to start doing that first, for obvious reasons, because it's going to help my damage. Alright, get myself a heavy. I'm going to throw this SP3. I think I'm going to bait this SP1 first. And at this point I'm going to wait out, yeah, and then I'm going to throw another heavy here just to get the protection off. Alright, and now I can throw my SP3. And then I'm just going to build up my soul charges to 100. I'm sure you guys know how Morningstar works at this point. I don't really need to talk through that, but this SP3, you know, her special 1 and 2 do good damage. Her special 1 is really the way to go because you get so much extra burst damage, energy damage. So I'm at 95 there. I got my 3rd soul here. And at this point, I'm just going to be throwing SP1s only. But I just need to make sure that I remove the protection first. I also need to be really careful about if I parry him and protection comes back while he's stunned, he's going to go stun immune, or it's going to purify the stun debuff. But you guys can see all that extra damage. I just got 10,000 extra energy damage on that SP1. So there we go, remove the protection. I think it's going to take 2 more SP1s and then we're good to go. Yeah, he's almost dead here. Alright, I kill him before I get to another SP1. Or I'm sorry, I think I said SP2. Anyway, alright. Meta moved up for us, and Meta took this Mole Man with his Apocalypse. Boom, nice work, Meta. And then Meta's going to smoke path 7 with Archangel, Horseman Archangel. Very fun time. Alright. This is a heal block path, so again, I need to heal up here, and I can't cheat with a combat regen boost, or, you know, I can't, I have to use items, is what I'm going for. Alright, so this one, I'm going to use, I think I'm getting power back boot? What the hell am I doing here? I think maybe I was considering an SP1 boost again. But yeah, so in this fight, I do have 5 out of 5 Mystic Dispersion. Every time I hit him, he's going to gain a Fury, which is actually good for me, so I can use that to my advantage. I'm going to throw a heavy here just to get a power gain charge. I want to get to my SP2, and then I want to nullify all of his buffs. That's going to actually help me get to an SP3 faster. So, boom, that gets us all the way up to 2.5 bars of power. So it just was like a net gain of a half bar of power. Nothing crazy, but alright, I throw this, and I just need to build up my 4th soul, and then I'll just recycle SP2s until he dies. The next SP2 is going to kill him anyway. So super, super easy. I just have to get those little purple charges up to 100 to build my my 4th soul. Perfect. I was wrong about the next SP2, as you guys can see. Alright, and one more. Boom. Alright. So, pretty easy fight. And at this point, with 4 souls, she's really good. She's a really good champ. Alright, this fight is still a little bit dangerous. I've taken it before with Morningstar, trying to build her up, and it's a pretty hard fight to lose, but at the same time, he's going to be getting a lot of power. I am going to throw on, what was that, an invulnerability boost? I honestly didn't even process what I just watched because I'm busy talking, distracting myself. So again, I want to get to an SP2 here. At least that's what I was thinking. I was thinking I should get to an SP2 to nullify his buffs, to kind of slow down, what's it called? Return policy, or not return policy. Here, I'm just stupid, and I try to dex the SP2. It's just instinct. And I'm not obviously good at dexing his SP2. But again, I just need to get this this soul, because he is suffering from a bleed debuff. I was able to gain soul charges without touching him. And at this point, I've got 5 souls, and at this point, Morningstar is an absolute monster. So there, I did the SP2 correctly and more. I didn't fully dex it because I can't, but I missed the first part, all that jazz. Alright, and then I was really trying to bait out his SP2, or his SP1 I mean. I'm just going to block all of this. There you go, SP1 finishes the job, and I've got 76% health left, so I'm in decent shape. I do have 2 more fights before the boss, and both of them are Quake fights. So I'm going to let those boosts fall off again. Am I? I can't remember. I don't think I am, actually. But I am going to heal up Morningstar here. I know I sound like a complete moron, but it's been... This is War 4. We just finished War 5. It's been like 4 days since this took place. 3 days? I don't even know. I don't know. But, alright. Yeah, alright. So I did have my boost fall off there. And before I boost, I just wanted to heal up Morningstar. And yeah, that's the biggest attack boost that I've got. I am going I'm finishing up here. I don't even think that's right. God damn it, I just sound like I'm just making things up. But, alright. This first fight is a Sasquatch. It does look like a rank 3. I can't remember. I think it is a rank 3. Yeah, alright, so it is a rank 3. He's obviously got a ton of health. And I am not running suicides right now, I don't think. I might be. I honestly just cannot remember. If I am, I'm running bleed-only suicides to help with damage, and that's the build that I'm going to use for the Apocalypse boss. But we're going to speed this up a lot. Alright, so I did choose to run the bleed suicide only, but I also used a combat regen boost. So when the bleed fell off, I was at 95% of my health. Pretty sweet. There I did get clipped. I think he threw one of those 4-hit combos, and I thought it was going to be a 3-hit combo into my, or like trying to hit me, and so I just took 1 hit there. All right, and now we've got Dragon Man again, and I really hate this fight. Again, if you guys missed in my last video, this is my 2nd war in a row taking this fight. People place this. This placement is like 99% of the time. Like 11 out of 12 wars, he's going to be here. And Bryn usually quakes it, but he's been having phone issues. So, alright, so we want to hit him, and then I'm going to start charging my heavy right before he throws his SP1. And now I just need him to throw his SP1. And he's not throwing his SP1. Alright, there he throws his SP2. Alright, now I'm going to go back to quaking. But I'm kind of, it's a little bit more out of my control now. So, all right, I wasn't charging my heavy because he charged in at me when power charge came back. So it's there again. So I've got to bait another special, and this is basically a worst case scenario for this fight. This is the reason that people don't want to quake this fight. All right, and then here I'm gonna slow this down. Look at the top right. You see his power charge buff. You see my concussion. He charges at me. I have to manually dex, but I'm able to get down my heavy charge again right before power charge comes back with that concussion. And at this point, finally, he is good. He's pretty close to a bar of power, as you guys can see, but as long as I don't get hit, then this fight is over. And guess what? I get hit. But it doesn't give him enough combat power to get him to an SP3, or to an SP1. So, yeah. Scary fight. I really hate that fight so much. I cannot wait for Brent to get his phone working again. Alright, now it is just up to me. We do have a few fights in Section 2 that are left up, waiting for me to get this boss down here. But, yeah, I'm using the biggest boost that I have, of course. And I'm also going to use, I think I used an invulnerability boost in this case. It was going to be that or a Power Start 1 boost. The strategy for this fight with Morningstar, because this boss node stacks up energy and physical resistance buffs for the defender. You know, Morningstar is really, really good here. You basically just want to recycle your SP1s for that extra energy damage, and then once you've built up enough of those resistance buffs on him, then you want to throw off your SP2 to nullify all of those. I'm also running Mystic Dispersion still, so that's going to help me get power, and I don't need to throw an SP3. I don't want to throw an SP3 in this fight. That's why I didn't use a Mystic power back boost. So here, with the Mephisto Synergy, I start with 1 bar of power, and I'm being helped a little bit by the redebuffs that are placed here, just kind of limiting his power gain. There you guys see I got 20,000 extra energy damage there. And in this fight, there are a few things to look out for. There's a lot to pay attention to in this fight from an analytical standpoint. The fight itself is not that difficult. Morningstar has a 50% perfect block chance, which is really, really helpful. But I'm actually going to get pretty poor RNG in this fight. I really only got the perfect block. It's hard to say, but about 20 to 30% of the time. And then another thing that you'll notice, this is just a mistake that I continuously make in this fight, is here I'm just baiting out his SP2. So I do want to give myself some space, going to block the bubbles, and then I'm going to fully dex the kicks. Now I'm going to save up my energy for the SP2, but I continuously make the same mistake in this fight where I will, I'll parry his attack, and then instead of just blocking to try to bait a heavy, this happens when he has an SP1 a few times, I back up. It's like in my head, subconsciously, I was afraid that he was, I was acting like he had 4 genetic code, where if his second attack into you, his first light attack into you when he has 4 genetic code will stun you through your block. But if at 3 genetic code or fewer, obviously he doesn't have that. So overall, it's still going pretty well. I do have 1 point in recoil. There is a perfect example of what I was just talking about. One of those hits, I do get the perfect block on it, but the others I don't. And now I'm a little bit concerned about recoil damage. And obviously I'm going to have to tank a few of his his specials on the block still. So Morningstar does have the chance to regen or to lifesteal on her hits, but I've gotten poor RNG with that as well. There I'm able to throw off an SP2. Recoil gets me under 20%. I throw off an SP1. I did lifesteal 2% there, but then I lost 5% from recoil. So here I throw the SP1, and boom, I get the 21,000 additional energy damage, the secondary damage, and I'm able to solo that fight, but very scary, and I don't think that I played that very well. So it looks good. This screen looks good, 103-0, but at the same time, there's a lot of things that I can improve on if I were to take that fight again. And hopefully I don't have to take that fight again. Hopefully we can get Lizer to take it, or Legacy with his guillotine, or there that Tater coin's about to skyrocket, or if Bryn gets his phone working again, to a reliable level, then we can get him back in there too. So I should really be like the fourth guy on the list, and unfortunately it just worked out that I needed to take it this war. But anyway, all right, so so that is it. I think right now I'm just letting the, like when I was recording, just letting the nerves calm down a little bit. And here we're just, you know, with the coin thing that we're doing this season, we're just having a little bit of fun. It is really, really fun at the end of wars in 4 Loki and in BG3 in particular. Everybody's kind of watching and, you know, cheering each other on and stuff like that. Usually it's Legacy or Brent or Lizer taking the boss, but here are the fights that we've got left. Lags has got that thing down there on path 9, and then Pete's got a few fights with Ghost. But here are the coins. I ended up getting a gold coin, FaZe with the platinum coin, and Carl with the silver coin. Congrats, Carl. And then here are the big movers for War 4. This is the value of our coin stock, essentially, and what the increase was. You guys see there, I had a decent war, obviously, with a lot of fights in the boss, and I was able to boost my asset value with my coins by 244%. So that's awesome. Let's get rich. That is it for this video, guys. Leave a like and a comment. I will see you in the next one, and will I finally have a haircut in the next war video? Subscribe to find out.